This is exactly what you're going to do if you're driving on different filler apps, which is what you should be doing anyway. A filler app is if you're doing like a gig app, a side hustle app, your main thing, but you have these smaller or less popular apps you use to fill in your shift. So today, not only am I on a $3 per delivery bonus peak pay on DoorDash, albeit not for long, I want to test out some new filler apps for you so you can see, are these going to be worth it? Number one, Hungry Panda, the #1 Asian food delivery platform that I just tried. And then number two, Fantuan, the largest Asian food delivery platform that I just got activated on, and I haven't even done an assignment. So like the biggest app, adding in smaller apps to make the most money so you have more choices. I just went online with DoorDash and they sent me, oh, wait. I didn't get out of zone bonus. Look here, it's not a good order. It's $9.25 for 9.9 miles. But now this is new, I think. So share in the comments. But it shows when you're going out of the zone. That was my idea. You're welcome, guys. All right, I won't take credit. But it shows you the zone if you're exiting from your current zone to a different zone. And it shows you the current status of said new zone if it's busy and if there's peak pay. I love that. But I didn't get the zone exit bonus. That's another new thing that DoorDash is doing. If you take an offer that pulls you into another zone, they might give you zone exit bonus. Yeah, the $2 extra expires in 9 minutes, and then I have another $1. So if I don't get a really, really stellar, like $2+ a mile offer, then we'll go online up with the other filler apps. They sent it to me again. I don't love that. That might mean there's not a ton of orders right now. It's the afternoon, lunch rush on a Monday.
Hey, up here. Mike wasn't on. So what I was going to say was I got this stacked order on Grubhub, $11.29. It's a great dollars to mile ratio, 2.4 miles. I just wanted to make sure this didn't take too long because it was a stacked order. So I like to have each offer, like average pay per offer, being $7. In this case, $11.29, it's significantly lower than that. But if this is gonna take 30-ish minutes, then I'm still okay because I have a good dollars to mile payout and I'd be trending well for that hour if this didn't take too much longer than that.
Took about maybe 5 minutes. You know, as we know, Five Guys doesn't really prep it until you get there. Not necessarily a bad thing, you know, especially for the customer. 5 minutes, 0.8 miles on this stack to run, and the goal was to keep this within like 30 some minutes for the...
I'd be trending well for that hour if this didn't take
Okay,
too much
my
longer
goodness, that was way too long. I wasted like 5 minutes there because Grubhub decided to introduce delivery codes, which now everyone has delivery codes. It's a verification code that the customer provides. And I have not seen a Grubhub offer yet with one. So I just made my delivery. Here you go. Have a good day. They actually gave me a cash tip as well, which I appreciate. And I go to swipe delivered. I mean, they head inside. I'm headed to my car and it says enter delivery code. So a little heads up, if you're driving for Grubhub, they now have delivery codes. It's a 2-digit code that the customer will give you and then you can complete the offer. I had to wait 3 minutes and then after that, it still didn't let me complete it. So I just clicked continue and it said incorrect. I clicked continue again and it said incorrect. I clicked continue again and it finally said out of delivery code attempts, tell us why. You'll have stuff like that happen. Anyway, you'll have that happen just ideally once, because obviously now I'll know that Grubhub has those delivery codes. This is what some may call a dire situation. I've been sitting here for at least 15 minutes with nothing. And we're online with DoorDash, Grubhub, Fantuan, Dispatch just because it routed delivery, Skip Carts, Hungry Panda, Deliver That. I mean, Why is that? Why can you be multi-apping? I started the video with like, hey, you should be multi-apping, give yourself more options. But if you're multi-apping and there's zero options at all, is it something you're doing? Yes and no. So it's Monday, arguably like the slowest day of the week. It's going to vary by marketplace, but it's like 2-ish something p.m. So it's right at the, later hours of lunch. And the area that I'm in right now, there's not a lot of like businesses here per se, like in the actual area of the marketplace. So what you can do, and this is what I might do, is reposition somewhere else. Because I know this area in my market, this Lawrenceville area, is typically just more of a dead zone for me. You know, there's also what's called salvage mode, basically. It has been so slow, which makes sense, that I just wanted to take something decent. This one, it's $10. It's a low dollars to mile ratio. It's gonna take like a touch under 30 minutes, but it's a stacked order, so each drop is only $5, but I'm basically in salvage mode, so I'm in good dollars to mile ratio. Even the time, like if it takes 30 minutes, that's trending towards $20 an hour, but I just need something. I probably went like 25 minutes maybe with nothing, like worth it. We're always testing the best days and times. Monday afternoons, I don't know, at least for me today, it's not good. Oh, it wasn't great. It wasn't like super long, but you know, you think when you see, that's why you need to be picky. And if you're gonna cherry pick, just selecting like the highest margin offers, really think about that. And if you're not cherry picking, understand why would you take a stacked order for $10. Maybe, yeah, you know, good case, it takes 30 minutes and you're trending towards 20 an hour, which is fine. But I don't know, that was just, you know, really so-so. I wanted to show you this offer. By the way, I'm out of Dasher reward status. My AR is below 50%. But look at this offer here. It seems like a good offer on the dollars to mile payout, and it is. But look how much time they're quoting here, about 30 minutes. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of offers, but they're not really worth it. Stacked order for $6. Anyway, the time on this one that I'm showing you, it's gonna take 30 minutes. So it's what, $8 I believe it was, or something like that. So if you take another similar offer in that hour, it's not gonna be worth it. I've yet to get a Fantuan delivery, and I've been online this entire time with Fantuan. So if you're at this point, I don't know, I'm like, what?
It's Hungry Panda. Here is a new order.
That's the, literally, it'll do it again. That's the Hungry Panda sound for the order.
It's Hungry Panda. Here is a new order.
That's what you're going to be hearing on a Hungry Panda. I don't know if there's a way to disable that. It's 650, 2.4 miles. It's not stellar. Let me look here.
It's Hungry Panda.
It keeps going. Hungry Panda. Here's a new order. How much time did I have on that? It expired. I mean, it was fine, but I'm trying to do a little bit better to catch up here. But take a look here, you know, good dollars to mile payout. The time looks good. The location, you know, all the things that you're looking for here. We finally got one, folks. The average pay on the offer, because we want at least $7. We did it. We got a crunch. It's Hungry Panda. Here is a new order. We got a Hungry Panda, folks. And it's not like a stellar offer. It's like $5 some, but I think it's less than a mile. But I just wanted to take it to see how this Hungry Panda is, because I've only done 2 so far. So with Hungry Panda, all I need to do is show them the order number when I get there. Other than that, it should be pretty straightforward. But since the premise today, we're looking at filler apps, and this is certainly a filler app, at least so far as I'm using it now. Let's make sure this process goes smoothly, and if indeed it is really a good filler app. Third ever Hungry Panda offer. Pickup's super easy. You just say order number ending in this and this, pick it up. My delivery is right up here. It's a no contact, so let me make this delivery, and we should be all set. So let me do this real quick.
So looking at our earnings tracking spreadsheet here to go over the numbers, it's worse. Yeah, it's worse than I thought. So for 3 hours, the entire pay, $35.59 for a gross per hour of $11.86. Basically the worst on here without breaking them up by app. So why though? Number one, look at that average pay per offer or per trip, however you want to call it here. $5.93. That is significantly lower and actually the lowest one on this year so far. So that means I'm taking assignments and obviously that's going to take time and I'm just getting paid less than I want on those offers. Next, tip frequency, because all this works together. It's base pay, promotional pay, and customer tips. So customer tips can be almost a third of your pay. And a lot of the times it's kind of a 1-to-1. So it's like, say it's $100 on your base pay plus promotional pay. You'll see another like 100. So it's a 1-to-1 with that base pay and promotional pay. Typically that's what you'd see on tips. Let me know how close you are to a 1-to-1 there. But only 66% of customers were tipping here. Now the average tip was a little higher, $5.20. I like that as long as it's, you can see I'm averaging for the year $4.81. That's in our green zone. But going back to the assignments here, 6 over 3 hours. So just 2 offers an hour. So if you're only doing 2 offers an hour, it's gotta be like $10 plus per offer. Obviously to get $20 an hour. I'm averaging $5.93 and lower customer tips, at least tip frequency. That is why I made like under $12 an hour. And I think I said this in the actual shift here. The only like saving grace, the only real standout exceptional metric here was this pay per mile. It's high. It's pretty exceptionally high actually. $3.04 paid out per mile. So think about this several ways. If you have low hourly but high payout per mile, then you're being highly selective on the orders that you take. You don't want to accept $1.10. You don't want to accept $1 a mile. You're waiting, and you might feel like you'd rather wait for a higher payout per mile because you don't want to drive your vehicle for less than like whatever it's going to be, $1.75, and wear out the vehicle and not actually have a margin of profit there. So the orders that I did take, few and far between. So again, that volume problem, but the ones I accepted were better margined, at least overall. But there wasn't a lot of order volume. The day and the time, certainly I said that from the beginning, not the best day and time to drive. So here's what we're going to do. Make sure to subscribe, stick around so you can see this comparison. Let's try similar apps, similar even filler secondary apps here on a better day and time. And I'm betting we're going to do significantly more right, you would hope, than under $12 an hour.